Okay, good morning, class. Kindly stand up for our opening prayer. Prayer leader, lead a prayer. Before you sit down, kindly pick up those pieces of trash under your chairs and arrange it properly. So where's the secretary? Kindly check the attendance today and give it to me after this class session, alright? Okay, settle down. So how are you today, class? Is it good? Alright, that's good. So are you ready for our new topic? Alright, so before we're going to discuss or proceed to our new topic for today's meeting, let's have an activity first. So I have here 4 envelopes. All I want you to do is to group yourselves into 4. So group 1 will stay here, group of 2 will stay here, and the 3 will be at the back, and the group 4 will be at the side. Okay, settle down, move. Alright, so all you have to do is inside the envelope, there is a jumbled letters. So all you have to do is to arrange all the letters here inside to form a new word. So if you already formed a word, all you have to do is to brainstorm with your group and share your understanding and ideas about the words. And please choose one representative to explain it here in front. Is that clear? Alright, so you only have 5 minutes to do the activity. So do the activity now. Okay, time is up. All representative, kindly stand here in front. Faster. Alright, so let's start first with the group 1. And followed by the group 2, and the group 3, and of course, the group 4. Alright, so let's start. Alright, that's so informative presentation, all of you. So, as far as I listen all of your input, so I can say that all of you have already an idea about the topic that we're going to explore in today's morning. So, do you have any idea about our topic for today? Anyone? Alright, so our topic for today is the various text type. But before we proceed to each text type, let's first identify what is the goal of today's discussion. So, kindly read our learning objectives for today's topic. Alright, so at the end of 120-minute period, so all of you here, the grade 7 students will be able to do the following with 75 accuracy. First is we're going to classify and understand text type. Next is, of course, you have to identify stories or writings, which includes the different text types. And lastly, construct your own text according to your desired type. So are you ready? Alright. So our topic for today is about the various text type. But before we proceed to those text types, let's identify first what is a text. So all of you here already hear the word text, right? Alright, so what is text? A text is referred to the actual words written in a book, newspaper, blog post, or any other written work. So anything na mabasa nato, either book, a instructional manuals, a directions, a news, it's called a text. But of course, na siya yung mga lain-lain ng mga pangalan. So are you ready to know those text, those type of text? Now, let's proceed to the various text types. So, are you ready to explore the various text types? Alright. So first, let's talk about narrative text. So when I say narrative text, of course, it simply tells us a story and can be either fiction or non-fiction. So when we say fiction, it is a product of our own imagination. And the non-fiction, it is based on real-life events. So narrative text typically have a beginning, middle, and end, and the use of characters, settings, plot to create a story. So the best example for narrative text, of course, the short story, the novels, and the folklore or mga cultural stories. And let's talk about first the narrative text. So narrative text means it tells us a story and can be either fiction or non-fiction. So when we say fiction, it is a product of our own imagination. And on the other hand, the non-fiction, it is based on the real life events, just like news articles. And narrative texts typically have the beginning, the middle, and the end. And they use character settings and plot to create a story. So, asa na ito makita ang characters, settings? Asa? Alright, it's a short story. So, best examples of a narrative text is a short story. What about the other? Alright, a novel. So, have you already read a novel? Alright, what's a novel? A lot of chapters. Very good. So, narrative story, it's simply narrate or tell us a story. And since it is either fiction or non-fiction, so some narrative text, ang purpose is to entertain the readers. But more on narrative text, it gives us information. Moral lesson by just reading the story. Alright? So the next text is the expository text. So from the word expository or expose, it simply explains or informs by presenting facts, definitions, or processes in a clear and concise way. So unlike sa narrative text, ang narrative text is either fiction or non-fiction. So ang expository, it is presenting facts man. So of course, non-fiction siya. So expository can be found in a variety of genres, including textbooks, news articles, and informational books for children. So do you have informational books at home? So examples are informational books. Alright, a recipe book. Have you read a recipe book? That's good. Alright, so expository, it provides us a comprehensive information. Expository text can be found in a variety of genre, including textbook, news articles, and informational books for children. So have you tried reading informational books at home? Can you give me one example of informational books? Alright, a recipe book. So a recipe book is the best example for expository text. It's give you information how to do a certain recipe or dish. What about the other? Alright, the informational manuals. Asa ginatawag kitang manuals? Order? Alright, instructional manuals when we bought or purchased a cabinet. So, nana siya kuyog ng instructional manuals. So those instructional manuals, what you have to do is to follow those guides para mabuo nimo ang muhang ipalit nga cabinets. Alright, and also news articles. Alright, let's proceed to another type of text, the explanatory text. So what is explanatory text? Of course, it's a pieces of writing that explains something. That they might tell you how or why something happens or give information on how to do something. Just like expository text, ang explanatory text is also gives us information. Although all type of text, ang purpose is to give information, but something made the explanatory unique is it's about it's focused more on explanation. Like it might tell you how or why something happens. So it gave us an information. An answer from our question how or why. Text is focused on explaining, of course, factual information because it's giving us information. And it focuses on offering clear understanding about the topic. Alright? So next is the recount text. So recount text is written past events, usually in chronological order. It serves to provide a detailed account or event, experience, or historical occurrence. So retell the past. From the word retell past events. So best example of the recount text is, of course, a diary. And it serves usually a chronological order. And the best example of recount text is the historical accounts or personal letters and postcards. So, nitabo naman. So, of course, from the word recount sa mga nangagina. So, best writings na mag-give na to ani is the historical stories, historical postcards, or yes, of course, the diary. And next is the persuasive text. It's a form of writing where the writer attempts to convince or persuade the audience to adapt to a particular point of view or take a specific action through the development of logical arguments and a cohesive summary. So from the word persuasive, of course, the purpose of the persuasive text is to persuade. So best example of the persuasive text is, of course, advertisement or other. So, another example about persuasive text. Can you give me some examples na nasa inyong mind? Have you tried sending a persuasive message to your mother, like something you want you want lang na kay something paliton, and you have to explain to your mom why you needed that kind of thing. Alright, that's example of persuasive text. You persuade. Alright, so like about a beauty products, right? So kanang makita sa TV, they explain about their products, the effects, how to use it, of course there. That's all. Advertisement is called a persuasive text. Alright, so how among you here can enumerate those 5 type of text that we discussed just earlier? Alright, first one is narrative, expository, explanatory, recount, and persuasive text. What is a narrative text? It's, alright, simply tell us a story. What about expository text? It explains us about a specific type of events. And what about the recount? It describes an event that already happened. What about persuasive text? Persuasive text is, of course, it's aimed to persuade the readers. So everything is clear to you? Do you have any questions, clarifications, violent reactions? Alright, wala. Alright. So now, let's proceed to our activity. So, get 1/4 sheet of paper, and all you have to do is to write down what kind of text being described in a sentence. So you only have 10 minutes to do the activity. So your timer starts now. Are you done? So kindly pass your paper in front. 1, 2, 3. Since we already done discussing each various text types, now at this juncture, let's do another activity. So I want you to group yourself again into 4 groups and answer the activity. So all you need to do is to read. I have manuals here. I will distribute this to you after the instruction. All you have to do is to read and understand what type of text is being included here in the handouts, and put the handouts into the right buckets. I have here 5 boxes here in front. It is labeled kung ano siya type of text. So of course, all you have to do is to understand and read all the text here inside the handouts and butangin mo sa specific niya nga right bucket. Alright? You only have 15 minutes to do the activity. Alright, time is up. Now let's check your work. So the first story, Babu and the Lion. So which various text type is this text belong? Alright, narrative. Of course, very good. How about health is wealth? Health is wealth. Alright, informative. How about life cycle? Life cycle of a butterfly. Informative, very good. What about the shampoo commercial? Persuasive, very good. Trip to Japan. What? Trip to Japan. It is a recount, of course. Why sleep is important? Why sleep is important? Alright, informative. What about memories last a lifetime? Memories last a lifetime. A recount, very good. Effects of global warming. Informative. What about a moment I will never forget? A recount. Very good. What is your dream about the future? Come again? Alright, expository. What about the health benefits of chocolates? Health benefits of a chocolates. Informative. What about the thirsty cow? The thirsty crow. Narrative. What about the old man and the sea? Alright, narrative. And last, Drusilla White Beauty. Narrative. Alright, very good. So, all groups had a perfect score in their group activity. So now, since you already understand about our topic, we will have our assessment activity. So this assessment activity will happen is a group activity again. So all you have to do is, since sabot naman jud mo kung sa itong various text type, all you have to do is to construct your own type of text. So it depends on you kung unsa nga type of text, either narrative, expository, informative, recount, or persuasive. So it depends on you kung unsa siya katason or unsa siya kamag-on. So you only have 20 minutes to do the activity. Your timer starts now. You only have 5 minutes left. Time is up. Submit your paper here in front. 1, 2, 3. Alright? All papers in. Alright, so all papers in. Alright, that's all for today, class. Do you have any questions and clarifications? Alright, if none, so kindly stand up for our opening prayer. So I'm just hoping you have learned something. Have we learned? Alright. So prayer leader, kindly lead a prayer. So before you leave, do not left any trashes in your chairs. And kindly arrange it properly. Alright. Goodbye and thank you, grade 7.